What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. We're focusing on Sean Day, the Mississauga Steelheads 2016 draft-eligible defenseman, who's been around the block for a minute or two. Was granted exceptional status to play in the OHL at age 15, and actually became the first player granted exceptional status to not go number one in the OHL priority selection. Obviously, previous players were Tavares, McDavid, and Aaron Ekblad. Day this year has 14 points in 37 games for an improved Mississauga team. You look at it, his numbers and his consistency throughout his time in the OHL has been less than stellar. I think that it's the consistency has been his biggest issue, and everything about him. From his upbringing, his parents are Belgian. I think he was born, I believe, in Belgium. Spent some time in Singapore as a kid. His parents are Canadian. He was born in Belgium, lived in Singapore, spent most of his life in the United States. The exceptional status, the microscope, the fishbowl he's been in. And all that makes him the most polarizing prospect in the draft. There's an article today on TSN about his brother being incarcerated for vehicular homicide and how that has, impacted his psyche, and definitely been a factor in his play. I mean, we're talking about a 17, 18-year-old kid here, and he's going through a ton of shit right now. And I think grading him, with everything else going on is tough, but right now, he grades out as a second-round pick, which, 2-3 years ago you would have thought was blasphemous. But, again, I said this about Erik Johnson a lot, is that he, going number one in the NHL draft ahead of players like John Toews and Nick Backstrom was the worst thing to ever happen to Erik Johnson's career. And I think in so many ways, getting the exceptional status was the worst thing to happen to Day's career. I think it kind of expedited his development process, and at 18, we're already talking about was a cautionary tale. I think he's got the skill set to be an NHL defenseman. He's a big kid. He's 6'3" and 225 pounds. The weight's actually been an issue. It seems like every player I'm talking about, they need to bulk up. He came into the year weighing 245 pounds. That's not, ideal hockey weight. He's worked it off, but still. I don't like sitting here talking about an 18-year-old kid with character problems, so I'm not going to go that route. I don't think it's fair. I think if any one of us were judged under the microscope, these kids are judged under at the same age, there'd be a lot worse questions asked, trust me. But, I think his offensive game is there. It's just a matter of execution, and I think, he needs to really ratchet up the intensity on the defensive side of the puck. But, if you take this kid in the second round, let him do 2 more years in juniors, and then see what happens. I mean, you can do a lot worse. It sounds stupid, but you swing it for the fences with this kid, because again, there is a reason why he was so highly touted at such a young age. Nick Ebert, kind of similar story. Highly touted at a young age, and kind of lost his way for a minute. But I think he's been up this year with the Kings, so that's something to keep an eye on. But again, I grade him out as a middle of the second round pick, which for a guy that was granted exceptional status, on paper might be a disappointment, but at 18 your hockey career is just beginning. So we'll see what happens. And I think another not cautionary tale, but John McFarland 6-7 years ago, or even further back, he didn't get exceptional status to play in the OHL, and that was always kind of a hissy fit, and McFarland kind of never lived up to his potential. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got. Episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.